Hi guys, welcome to our second episode of our podcast, Geek Haven Podcast number 2. I'm joined by 4 other people from Geek Haven. We have Ali right beside me in all his glory. We have Ovais returning on over here. We have Yasir returning over here again. And we have Usman over here again. You might remember him from the GTA video that recently we put out. Yes, we're shooting it at that day.
Bisham ka cousin.
Anyways, today's episode is going to be centered around New Year essentially. When I say New Year, हम लोग यहाँ celebration नहीं करने वाले, पटाखे नहीं फाड़ने वाले. As disappointed as Wes might be at that. Khair, essentially what this episode is going to be about is साल गुजर गया है. We've all managed to watch a shit ton of content this year, and we're just going to run down as क्या देखा है, how we found it, the good, the bad, the ugly, उस type का scene है. A bit of a mellow year, पूरे साल क्या देख लिया and stuff like that. So yeah, that's essentially what we're going to be talking about today. And I personally want to start the conversation with something that I think हम पांचों ने देखा हुआ है, or at least know about it, and that would be Vinland Saga.
Yes. नहीं बिल्कुल लिखा हुआ है हाँ.
So for context, ladies and gentlemen, Yasir is
Shouldn't we save the best for the last?
नहीं, we start with the best.
Starting with the bang.
You don't know ना, retention rate बहुत कम होता है लोगों का. वो देखते हैं 10 मिनट का फिर चले जाते
कुछ
हैं.
बोलेगा
जब आएगा टाइम तो बोलेगा.
ओए
जिस ने भी विनलैंड सागा देखा हुआ है उसको अच्छा लगता है, लाइक करे और सब्सक्राइब करे और शेयर भी करे.
प्लग इन.
भाई तू ये गोल गोल घुमा रहा था, मना किया था नहीं घुमाने. You did touch it.
खैर essentially
अगर विनलैंड सागा अच्छा नहीं लगता तो अपना टीवी तोड़ दो.
Good point.
खैर essentially the reason why I wanted to start about Vinland Saga is very simple. I think it is probably the best anime that has come out this year. IGN apparently agrees with me. उनकी कोई वर्थ नहीं है इस टॉपिक के ऊपर, but I just wanted to put that out.
कभी कभार अच्छे दे देते हैं वो लोग भी ओपिनियन.
नहीं भाई, कभी नहीं देते.
अभी तो दे दिया भाई.
अभी क्योंकि सपोर्ट कर रही है अपनी आर्गुमेंट, लेकिन कभी अच्छा नहीं होता.
I'd like to clarify that's IGN International, not IGN Pakistan. IGN Pakistan, we love you.
Shout out IGN Pakistan.
वन पे आ गया काउंटर.
Imran bhai, we love you specifically.
खैर, so yeah, Vinland Saga. I think how many of you guys were watching it while it was airing?
I was watching it.
So I waited पूरा आएगा फिर देखूंगा.
हाँ, मेरा बहुत ही different सीन था. मुझे फौरन देखना था, लेकिन the reason why I didn't watch it फौरन was because I knew I was going to get hooked immediately. और मैं मर जाऊंगा अगर मैं पूरा एक साथ नहीं देख पाऊंगा. लेकिन episode 18-19 was basically also spoiler alert for anyone जिन लोगों ने अभी तक नहीं देखा है. वासिफ add like a timestamp जहाँ से हम लोग विनलैंड सागा की बातें खत्म कर रहे हैं ताकि they can skip there. सही है.
Spoiler लिख दो.
I don't know. सही है. खैर essentially episode 18-19 आई थी, or maybe it was 20. I don't remember the exact episode. And I saw that moment on Facebook. Thorfinn just giga chatted up, beaten all up, and he just goes like, I have no enemies. And I'm like, yaar,
अब तो देखना पड़ेगा.
It still had like 4 to 5 episodes left. And I just started watching immediately at that point. And I remember कि मैंने इतनी जल्दी catch up किया था कि it still had 2 episodes left. Like अभी भी आनी थी, and I already caught up to the current airing. मैं इतना hooked था.
Was binging it worth it? Was binging it worth it?
Definitely. Watching the anime binge करते वक्त was.
Yeah, that's the thing. I watched it episode wise, right? And जो उसकी evolution थी ना साथ में जो जिस episode की तुम लोग बात कर रहे हो, the build up to that, week in week out, you're waiting for that, you know that's going to happen. Manga पढ़ा हुआ था. It was worth it even like उसका जो वो था ना.
Basically, you're saying the wait made it.
Yeah.
It basically gave you a very big, deep sense of.
We knew what's coming, and we see manga तो पढ़ा ना, anime में देखा. साथ होते हुए it was it was so worth it.
Can we talk about how Yasir is Ovais's personal mic holder?
Everybody's personal mic holder.
मैं वेट कर रहा था, मैं कुछ बोलूँगा इसके तरफ रुक जा. एक मिनट. वैसे I think like waiting week in week out and binging दोनों के अपने pros हैं, दोनों के अपने cons हैं. जैसे मैंने बेसिकली लास्ट ईयर आई वॉच दिस शो जिसमें आई वॉज वॉचिंग इट वीकली विच वॉज बेटर कॉल सॉल का आखिरी सीजन. तो आई नो अ बिट ऑफ व्हाट ओवेस इज टॉकिंग अबाउट. वो बहुत अलग फीलिंग थी, लेकिन मुझे पता था कि इस लाइक विनलैंड सागा जिस तरीके से चल रहा होगा, द वे थिंग्स आर गोइंग टू बी इन्वॉल्विंग, इट विल बी लाइक आई विल बी सुपर इम्पेशेंट. मुझसे नहीं रहा जाएगा. तो मैंने कहा मैं थोड़ा सा बर्दाश्त कर लूँ, जब आएगा पूरा एक साथ देखेंगे. ऑल्सो you're talking about that line that got super viral and it was so good. But I think there was one line in Vinland Saga season 2 that surpassed that line by miles.
The brother line.
Yes, for or not. Oof.
I agree. That moment was like, yeah,
So good.
the homies.
बहुत अच्छा था. एक वो सीन था और एक वो सीन था when Snake reveals his true name to Thorfinn and
Yeah.
Can we reenact the
Can we
brother
talk
वाला?
about that?
Can we reenact the brother वाला?
Can we talk about like शुरू के अंदर जब वो थोरफिन के साथ जो बंदा का नाम भूल रहा हूँ मैं.
Einat?
आयनर. शुरू में दिखाते हैं लाइक वो दरख्त के साथ खड़े होके वो लाइक पेशाब कर रहा होता है, राइट? एंड उसको एनिमेट ऐसे किया हुआ था कि धुआं भी निकल रहा था. सही.
क्यों याद है
अब लेकिन मांगा के अंदर पैनल में वो भी दिखाया था लाइक देयर वाज स्टीम. सही है. सो आई वाज सो हैप्पी कि उन लोगों ने
1-to-1 adaptation.
1-to-1 adaptation की है. Insane.
वैसे I still feel like I have no enemies is just better क्योंकि सीजन 1 से बिल्ड अप है उसका.
मैं वही बात करने वाला था
Yeah.
कि yes, the for Arnite वाला moment was
वैसे हाँ, that's
दिल में.
fair.
लेकिन सीजन 1 में जब मैं देख रहा था, Yasir would know this, I hated Thorfinn. I found him to be a edgy little brat. सही है भाई, इंसान का बच्चा.
Understandably so, honestly.
हाँ, definitely. Basically, that's how they wrote him, right? कि edgy little brat who doesn't know anything about life, aisa grows into literally Thor's part 2, right? So it makes complete sense. And I am supposed to dislike him, if we're being right. So yeah, so it's great writing. लेकिन वही वाली बात है, अभी बोली कि it's a build-up. सीजन 1 से थॉट्स का पूरा दिखाया है किस तरीके का कैरेक्टर है. ये भाई साहब बताइए नहीं वार करके दिखाया है उसको पूरा. And finally him coming to that realization after being broken, empty, hollow, कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा जिंदगी में क्या चल रहा है, and then understanding what his father actually meant. I think
अच्छा वो उसको जिस तरीके से उन्होंने दिखाया है ना, थॉर्स उसके ख्वाबों में आ रहा होता है and in those dreams they're sitting in
That dream
Vinland.
sequence, wow.
bro,
So
बात है
nice.
कितने एपिसोड्स थे अगेन? 24.
24-25
Yeah. उसमें आई थिंक मिडिल पॉइंट में और समथिंग थॉरफिन का डाउनवर्ड स्पाइरल चल रहा था, एंड देन एट वन पॉइंट, अच्छा उस वक्त तक ही इज लाइक जस्ट इमोशनलेस, राइट? वो ही इज इमोशनलेस एंड एवरीथिंग. और उसके मतलब वो क्या नाम था गार्ड वाले बंदे का? स्नेक वाला सीन होता है. वो बंदा ही जस्ट लाइक गेटिंग बीट अप वगैरह एंड ही हैज जीरो बिकॉज उस वक्त तक इट्स लाइक ही डिजर्व्स इट एंड समथिंग. सो ये एंड देन बीच में थिंग्स हैपन कि वो फार्म वाला सीन होता है एंड देन वो ख़राब होता है एंड देन उसके बीच में थॉरफिन कंप्लीटली ब्रेक्स डाउन. उसमें एक सीन आता है वेर इज़ लाइक कि वो उतना रियल हो जाता है. ही गोज लाइक कि मेरी पूरी ज़िंदगी में नथिंग गुड हैज़ हैपेंड टू मी. सही है. इतना हिट किया था वो.
It was basically him पूरा describing कि all I knew in life was war. And all I did was pillage, kill, stuff like that. And now I have nothing left.
And that's where वो वाला ख्वाब आता है जिसमें एस्केलाड होता है.
Exactly.
And he's just falling off. Oh God.
I was just going to build up to that के हाँ, I was just going to build up to that के him telling से कि मेरा purpose पूरी जिंदगी में क्या था? I wanted to murder my dad's killer.
एस्केलाड मरने के बाद भी MVP moments.
Bro, ask a Chad.
Do you guys understand कि एस्केलाड ऊपर क्यों होता है? Like why he's on top and बाकी सब नीचे क्यों लड़ रहे होते हैं? Because basically the point was कि एस्केलाड जो होता है he understands the madness, ठीक है? लेकिन बाकी लोग जो होते हैं they just love it क्योंकि वाइकिंग्स होते हैं उनको लड़ाई झगड़ा करना है. एस्केलाड is sitting on top because he understands कि उसके अपने गोल्स हैं उसको फॉलो करने के लिए वो ये कर रहा है. तो that is why वो ऊपर बैठा हुआ होता है.
It's that entire वही वाली stick ना कि Askeladd knows what he's doing is not really that morally good or anything, but it's a sacrifice he needs to make. Yeah.
अच्छा वैसे विनलैंड सागा का सीजन 1 was so perfect.
I was just going to get to that.
and basically after completing season 2 मेरा सबसे बड़ा dilemma ये था कि which was the season that I found to be the better one, and deep down in my heart I knew that season 2 tops season 1, लेकिन I just could not make myself agree to that because of the fact कि एस्केलाड वाज इन सीजन 1.
हाँ, मैं यही बोल रहा था. इट्स नॉट लाइक द सीजन 1 स्टोरी वाज बैड, ठीक है? ऑब्वियसली कैरेक्टर एवोल्यूशन वाइज सीजन 2 वाज कोटेड, बट पॉलिटिकली वर्ल्ड बिल्डिंग वाइज सीजन 1 में जहाँ ट्रैवल किया, पूरी दुनिया मैंने देखी, सही है, सारे कैरेक्टर्स से इंट्रोड्यूस हुए, द वे वी वर इंट्रोड्यूस टू ऑल दोज कैरेक्टर्स, राइट? इट एड्स अप, सही है, इट एड्स अप टू अ लॉट. एंड देन ऑन टॉप ऑफ दैट द goddamn animation, I don't know if you can say fucking or not, but the fucking animation.
Can we all just agree wit supremacy?
I agreed 100% agreed. एक सेकंड, just let me complete. मैं ये कह रहा था एक सेकंड लेट मी कंप्लीट. खैर मैं क्या बोल रहा था.
He loves to talk.
नहीं वेट.
I like हाँ बोलते रहो.
Okay, where were we? Yeah, with supremacy, agreed, 100% agreed. The fight sequences, everything, right? So what I'm trying to say is that objectively people might argue that season 1 was better or not, okay? And yeah, that's a discussion for another podcast. But with all of those things, emotionally and like getting to you, like after season 1, knowing all those characters and everything, season 2 is hands down by far touched me more. It's my favorite. Like मैंने इस साल बहुत सारे एनिमेस देखे हैं, ठीक है. एंड लाइक थॉरफिन से जो कनेक्शन हुई है ना, इट्स बाय फार जो डिफरेंस है वो इट्स क्लियर बाय हाउ यू टॉकिंग अबाउट इट.
वैसे जहाँ लाइक आई डोंट माइंड द रीयूज्ड एनिमेशन सीक्वेंसेस दैट मच.
I do.
बट जो मेन एनिमेशन रिलेटेड मुझे प्रॉब्लम था ना, जो कि एटलीस्ट शुरू के एपिसोड्स में तो बहुत ज़्यादा था, आगे जाके कम हो गया था, दैट वॉज के यू आर लुकिंग एट द बैकग्राउंड्स एंड दे आर ऑल कम्प्लीटली डिटेल्ड एंड एवरीथिंग. बहुत अच्छा है, बट द कैरेक्टर्स जो है ना वो लग रहा है वो किसी ने डूडल बना दिया है आगे अच्छे से बैकग्राउंड के ऊपर. एंड इट रूइंड थिंग्स सो मच, क्योंकि वो होता है दो लोग बात करें जब तक उनके क्लोजअप्स दिख रहे हैं, एनिमेशन इज ऑल गुड एंड डैंडी, एंड देन यू हैव वन शॉट वेयर देयर इज अ ह्यूज एस बैकग्राउंड एंड द कैरेक्टर्स लाइक कुछ छोटा सा पार्ट है स्क्रीन पे, वहाँ पे वो इतने गंदे डूडल्स लगे होते हैं, इतना बुरा लग रहा होता था वो. हाँ.
Also, what the fuck was Mela Thorfinn? He looked so bad before the glow up.
वैसे जो बात
जिंदगी से फारिग था भाई
वो लगता था किसी भी वक्त आके बोले ओए ओए मोबाइल निकाल.
आई मीन वो एक वजह से मैला था, बेचारे की गलती नहीं है उसमें, कोई डिप्रेशन में था वो लिटरली.
He looked bad because
भाई गोटी उगाने को किसी ने बोला था.
नहीं, we talking about the animation, like the animation was bad as well.
फिर अच्छा
उस पे एनिमेशन का कुछ नहीं था.
थॉरफिन की शक्ल में कोई मसला नहीं था इन टर्म्स ऑफ एनिमेशन. आई थिंक वैसे जो वाली चीज़ है ना डूडल वाली, अगर बहुत सारे कैरेक्टर्स होते हैं इट मेक सेंस, ठीक है. लेकिन आई थिंक अ लॉट ऑफ द टाइम्स मैंने दूसरे शोज में भी ये देखा है कि दे डू इट फॉर, आई थिंक आर्टिस्टिक चॉइस होती है, जस्ट दे जस्ट लीव इट एज इट इज, ताकि वो क्योंकि वो बैकग्राउंड में होता है.
एंड इट्स ऑल्सो बिकॉज के फॉर एग्जाम्पल विनलैंड सागा जब एयर कर रहा है एंड जब ये सारी चीज़ें एनिमेट कर रहे हैं, time constraints, budget and stuff like that, उसकी वजह से they let these things slide. Most anime do this. So it's fine. That didn't bother me as much.
अच्छा, one more really amazing thing I want to add, which I haven't seen a lot of people talk about. We all talk about how amazing Thorfinn's character development was, और Einar को वो लोग जिस तरीके से लाए, उसकी progression रखी, सब कुछ किया. But the one character progression that we like, progression तो नहीं, but more like how it unfolds is the farmer, the kettle, the master जो होता है.
Yes.
उसकी जो उन्होंने मतलब from the first episode you could उसको बेसिकली हाउ डू यू कॉल इट, एक वो जो मैस्कुलिन वीकनेस जो एक होती है वो उन्होंने इतने जबरदस्त तरीके से दिखाई है उसकी.
I'm just gonna stop you right there. It's not just the farmer, like he's one of them. लेकिन
his sons,
all of the characters, kettle के दोनों बेटे, specifically the younger one, I love his progression. The fact कि इन लोगों ने किस the way they showed Thorfinn's sister and her mother's entire sentiment जब वो वापस आता है, it was so real and everything was so well done.
Agreed.
And I can keep going on about a lot of characters. Canute की पूरी development, Canute किस तरीके का हरामी बन गया and stuff like that. इतनी सारी चीजें. So I'm just gonna leave that for another podcast क्योंकि बैठ गए ना ये आधा घंटा चल जाएगा.
Okay, I completely agree with you, but it leaves just one last name.
Go for it.
Which is Leif Erikson. Oh, vindication straight up for the guy.
Chacha. Straight up chacha है.
Straight up chacha है.
He does what he promised Thor's. He brings Thorfinn home.
God damn, I love this anime so much.
I waited for that.
Kettle's father.
Kettle's father was so nice.
He was a cutie pura.
Old man.
जो बात.
My man is into old men, eh? Okay, I think that's a lot about Vinland Saga. We could definitely keep on going and make this podcast just about Vinland Saga. But I think, yeah, but I think we should stop right there. Khair, the reason why I mentioned Vinland was because I really wanted to talk about this. But now, moving on, I want you guys to pass the mic around one by one. And I want you to talk about 3 anime or 3 things that you watched this year. One that really stood out in a good way, or maybe even in a bad way, your choice. One that just sucked and you just really hated. And one that, you know, you take home with you. It's something that is really close to you even if people don't talk about it as much.
MHA.
Go for it.
नहीं वैसे शुरू करो पहले.
Okay, Ovais, start.
Oh no, let's not let us start. Let's let the man who's first come in the studio start.
क्या Ali?
Well then, let's see.
Talk into the mic.
So one thing that really stood out, one anime that I watched was Osama Ranking. Now Osama Ranking, right? I was just sitting on Discord with my friends. It was like 2 a.m. and suddenly I had that like young urge to just watch something random. So I just saw Osama Ranking on like the recent anime episodes, and I watched episode 1. I cried. Then I watched episode 2. I cried. And I watched 6 episodes that night, and I cried every episode. And it was just so beautiful. And Boji as a character, and just him progressing with his adventure, and just him just trying to survive, and just his interactions with everybody, it was just so real. And him not backing down, him just doing what he wants to do, like just it somehow spoke to me, and I cried a lot. An anime which I hated.
Wait, just coming back to Osamu Ranking, I think we're both the only ones that have seen it. I don't think you guys have seen it.
Nope.
I think we've already talked about it, but Osamu Ranking, Boji ka character very sympathetic, but the way they show ke scrawny little dude, just who can't hear and everything, every bullshit that's happening around him, he's just persevering and everything. Like even aside from that entire spiel, वो 5-6 episode तक चलता है, उसके खत्म हो जाता है. उसके अलावा Osamu Ranking की actually world building वगैरह
Insane.
It's actually really good.
And the animation,
Wait.
everything, beautiful.
It always comes down to it. It's always wait.
Some frames were just like
Wait, please sponsor us.
some
Shout out, wait.
some frames were like an art piece. It was just so beautiful.
And
everything about it.
The best thing about Osamu Ranking was ke the reason I watched it at least. I'm just watching a clip on Facebook or Instagram, I think. So, yeah. And it's the most non-anime anime ever animated.
Definitely.
Try saying that 3 times really fast.
It's almost cartoony.
Exactly. It felt like very raw Disney actually.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it's so good.
Yep. It's somehow the perfect medium to like show whatever they showed in that anime. It's insane.
25 episodes ka runtime. So many memorable characters.
And so many good plot points.
So many great moments, so many good twists. So it's such a good story. Go fucking watch it, man. Now these are anime you need to watch.
Definitely.
Yeah, you were saying.
I still cry. An anime that I absolutely hated. Demon Slayer.
Wait. Anime or manga? Yeah, both.
Both. So
That's going to be a hot take.
I love Demon Slayer. Like I give everything a fair shot, right? Like I'm known to give everything a fair shot. But I watched Mugen Train, right? And then I was
He gave Fairy Tail a lot of shots.
Yeah, then I just stopped. I couldn't give any more shots to that. Nothing can save that show. So where was I? I watched Mugen Train, and then I just wanted more. So I read the manga. I heard that the manga isn't good and the story isn't good, the ending isn't good, right? I was like, how bad can it be? And then I realized that
Quite bad.
animation carries that show. Straight up. The manga was absolutely horrible. The story was everywhere. Somehow it was everywhere but nowhere. It was a perfect example of a headless chicken, in my opinion. Literally, like after Mugen Train, everything went downhill. Like they sped through everything.
Just one thing. Everyone thinks I'm the one who comes up with shit takes and hot takes and who hates everything. There you go. It's all over GH.
No, the manga is shit on everything.
I agree. I don't even like the anime.
I think शुरू सीजन 1 भी अच्छा नहीं है honestly. मैंने I think 5 या 6 episodes देखे थे. इतना टट्टी था. I just dropped it. I just dropped it after 5 to 6 episodes.
It was never good, but at least it was watchable. Like you had that one hope that the build-up will lead somewhere, but my God, it led nowhere. The mangaka didn't know where it was going to go. Honestly, like. They wasted characters, like straight up we saw Hashiras for one fight and then they died, or they killed somebody and then they died. We had upper tier demon showing up for one fight. The whole Muzan fight, right? It was just like one big arc and just shat everywhere.
Spoiler.
Yeah, just watch this, don't skip ahead, just let go of Demon Slayer, right? Fuck that shit.
AMVs देख लो, उसमें भी animation दिख जाएगी, boys.
Like हाँ सही है, लोग literally जो भी Demon Slayer की तारीफ करते हैं ये नहीं बोलते यार प्लॉट इतना अच्छा है यार, स्टोरी कितनी अच्छी है,
सच्ची एनिमेशन
एनिमेशन, वो तलवार
देखो कैसे निकल रही है,
पानी निकल रहा है,
oh my god,
तांजीरो,
oh my god,
नेजुको,
the black lines, wow.
Guys, I think we should stop there with the Demon Slayer hate. Also, I'm not part of that. When हमारा अकाउंट रिपोर्ट हो जाएगा, अगर AOT रिडीम हो गया था, I think Demon Slayer भी हो जाएगा.
डीमन स्लेयर क्या रिडीम होगा, मांगा खत्म हो गया, शिट है ब्रो, तुमने पढ़ा हुआ है.
AOT का भी यही सीन था.
And AOT का
AOT में एक्चुअल प्लॉट था, इसमें कोई प्लॉट नहीं है.
Fair enough. I'm not saying AOT and Demon Slayer are equal.
And are you really going to compare AOT का fan?
No comment.
Yeah,
देखो डीमन स्लेयर का मैं ये बोलूंगा कि लिटरली मैंने I started reading it like around chapter 94, right? And like there was this one huge arc like after the swordsmith arc, तो उसके बाद जो ट्रेनिंग आर्क थी, like there was a huge training arc and then that led to the Muzan fight वाला जो उसमें upper demon fights वगैरह थी. I don't even remember because it went like completely downhill and that was like 100 chapters. How do you salvage 100 chapters? क्या तुम हर चीज redo करोगे? भाई नया मांगा बना लो. रीडिंग क्या करोगे? AOT में तो कम से कम अच्छी खासी डेवलपमेंट थी, कुछ था एंड में चेंज कर दिया. इसका एंड ही खराब है, बीच का भी खराब है, शुरू में टट्टी है. So yeah, I hate Demon Slayer. I can go on and on and on about how bad it is. And look, I'll be honest.
He's starting again.
As a teenager, I watched ecchi shows. Like every like absolutely horrendous ecchi show.
अली की अम्मी प्लीज मत देखेगा.
Please, I'm outing myself. Say I gave everything a fair shot. And if I'm saying something is bad,
good guy Ali.
If I'm saying something is bad, it has to be absolutely horseshit. And my god, is like steaming horseshit.
I love this. Ali's take is, I watched some bad shit. And I just go through with it. तो अगर मैं कह रहा हूँ कुछ बुरा है तो वाकई में बुरा है.
There's पता नहीं क्या, there's 50 feet of crap that is Demon Slayer.
Straight up. Okay, and something that stuck out to me, right? Zom 100. Actually, I was introduced to this while watching a Trash Taste live on Twitch.
Shout out Trash Taste. Please sponsor us.
My man Gegak. So they were doing a watch along and they watched Zom 100 and the first episode was absolutely insane. Like the direction, the art and how they portrayed whatever was happening, right? Like the main character was getting chased by zombies and then he suddenly realized that the world has ended and he's free from his job basically. He's free from his responsibilities and suddenly there's color back. And the way they showed everything and it was just insane. And it really stuck out to me because animation good. Basically. I let go of the mic now.
वही हो ना तुम Demon Slayer lover.
I know where you
Animation so good, bro.
कम से कम स्टोरी तो कुछ है.
बस नेजुको चैन नहीं है उसमें. नेजुको चैन.
खैर, who wants to go next?
जाइए.
Something that I love.
Sorry, I was just going to ask Ali, wait, you didn't do something that you hate and एकदम से वापस से आता है, wait, अभी तक किया है.
Something that I loved obviously Vinland Saga. ठीक है, उसके बारे में बात कर चुके हैं तो दोबारा करने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. ठीक है, उसके अलावा AOT था.
Shall we start again?
उसके बारे में अभी बात नहीं कर सकते. We'll probably make a video about it. तो
we're going to be releasing a video fully on Attack on Titan. तो
लेकिन I'll just say इतना कि it was a 7 out of 10 ending to a 10 out of 10 show. ठीक है, तो ये मैं बोलूँगा कि मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं पसंद उसकी ending, लेकिन there are some points that I feel completely fine with.
I'll say it was a 4 out of 10 ending on an 8 out of 10 show. I think the show was great. I love Attack on Titan. I love it. It's not 10 out of 10, but I love it.
As you can see, GH बहुत diverse है.
Like, I love Attack on Titan, लेकिन the ending is horse crap. And the reason why I hate Attack on Titan की ending so much is because I knew it was gonna happen. And I called it.
And also because you read it on Reddit.
नहीं.
He called it in 2016
Exactly.
October में.
मैं यही बात कर रहा था कि I called this shit was going to happen because of वो season 1 की पहली episode और season 1 की आखिरी episode के जो titles थे, to you something years ago or something like that.
I haven't still watched.
Sorry.
That makes sense.
To you in 2000 years or something. और उसके basis पे I knew ये कोई इसी तरीके का BS plot line है और वही हुआ जिस चीज का डर था. That is why I hate it so much.
I think अभी छोड़ दो.
Guys, this is not an all anime we hate episode.
I mean, We have to
जस्ट
talk
बाय द
about it.
वे मैंने ये व्हाट आई लव वाले सेक्शन में बोला था ठीक है खैर एनीवेज
ताश पता चल गया
समथिंग दैट आई लव जो कि लाइक रिगार्डलेस ऑफ हाउ एवर इट इज रिसीव्ड दैट इज MHA एक MHA में बहुत सारे लोगों को बुरा भी लगता है बहुत सारे लोग जो कैमरा के बाहर बैठे हुए उन लोगों को बुरा भी लगता है ठीक है बहुत सारे लोग जो मेरे दूसरे फ्रेंड सर्कल्स के अंदर है उन लोगों को भी बहुत सारे लोगों को बुरा लगता है लेकिन
बहुत सारे आपके करीबी दोस्त जिनको
बहुत सारे करीबी लोग हैं जिनको बुरा लगता है बट ताजुद्दीन साहब जो यहाँ पे बैठे हैं आई हैव ऑफिशियली कन्वर्टेड हिम टू द गुड साइड ठीक है
If I'm being very honest, My Hero Academia, Boku no Hero Academia, जो भी बोलना है, I actually watched the first 2 seasons, I think 2 years ago or something, and I dropped it. I hated it so much that I dropped it. I didn't hate it. Season 1 बहुत बुरा लगा था. Season 2 made me feel indifferent, लेकिन मैंने आगे नहीं देखा था. Season 3 onwards, I converted. Season 3 onwards was just too good. बहुत तबाही. Like it was so nice. I'll let you go on.
खैर तो आई थिंक इट्स जस्ट द जनरल आइडिया ऑफ सुपर हीरोज जो कि मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा पसंद है एंड ऑल्सो द फैक्ट कि इट्स जस्ट बेस्ड ऑन रैंडम लिटिल किड जो जिसका ज़िंदगी का पर्पस ये है कि उसको लोगों को बचाना है दैट इज़ अ वेरी सिंपल प्लॉट लाइन दैट देव मेड वेरी यूजफुल एंड वेरी ग्रेट उसके अलावा समथिंग दैट आई हेटेड में तो आई डोंट थिंक मैंने कुछ इतना बुरा देखा है लेकिन आई हैव बिन गिविंग कोड गियास अ चांस हर साल देता हूँ मैं हर साल 10 एपिसोड देखता हूँ उसके एंड आई कैन नॉट गेट पास्ट इट ठीक है
That's a hot take.
ठीक है मसला आई डोंट थिंक लाइक कोड गियास के आई गेस प्लॉट लाइन में कोई इतना मसला नहीं होगा आई जस्ट हेट लेलूश ब्रो
Yeah,
आई थिंक लाइट यागामी का भी बहुत ही कोई अजीब वर्जन है
I can't believe you say that, वैसे. I can't believe you say that.
Why?
Because, like, firstly, explain to me how is he an edgier version of Light? And also, you're just going to start an age-old debate of Light या Lelouch?
देखो
Wait a second. Light या Lelouch या Eren?
Eren
Natural.
देखो लेलूश की पूरी पर्सनैलिटी ये है कि मेरे दिमाग में ये चल रहा है अब मैं ये चेस मूव करने वाला हूँ और फिर वो करेगा और उस बंदे को हरा देगा
नहीं, that's not the personality or anything. Then you're just not getting it. Lelouch का, like, हाँ, उसको दिखाया उस तरीके से when he's in war commander mode or anything. लेकिन लेलूश का पूरा जो take है और उसकी जो पूरी personality है, it's, I'm pretty sure तुमने इधर तो देखा हुआ है, it's based on के how he got abandoned as a kid and now he's out for revenge and shit. सही है, number 1. Number 2, उसका पूरा जो दिखाया है shtick, it's के he's a horrible manipulator. He's a horrible manipulator and he's basically out for blood for and revenge for what happened to him. और उसके basis पे दिखाया कि he is a horrible human being and how slowly he might turn into थोड़ा सा अच्छा बंदा because थोड़ी सी चीज़ें इस तरीके से होते रहेंगी. That's the entire plot line. इसमें एजी कैसे है, वो भी लाइट यागामी से ज्यादा एजी कैसे है? मुझे
लाइट यागामी कैसे एजी था, ये किस तरह की बात है?
एजी तो है.
आई मीन एजी था, आई मीन इट इन दैट वे कि आई नो लाइट यागामी
लाइट से ज्यादा
देखो, I hated Death Note, honestly speaking.
I hate Death Note.
This is very rare, but I agree with Huzaifa. He actually made me watch Code Geass this year. That's another story.
Yeah.
We watched it this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do agree with.
For the record, we watched it while prepping for KHCC 2023.
I'm gonna tell the whole story. But yes, Light is way edgier than Lelouch.
Light is way edgier than Lelouch. Lelouch has actually a personality, and Lelouch actually has a proper motive that justifies his entire complexes that he has. Light, एक बच्चा है, high schooler, उसको book मिलती है और बोलता है ha God complex.
Lelouch was
I have
living
a pen.
in a time of revolution.
I have your name, dead.
Lelouch was living in a time of revolution. He was impromptu leader of the revolution. So yeah, he had a lot of innate hate जो कि justified था.
Let's not go deeper because he's only seen 10 episodes and you're going
and
to
we'll
watch
talk about it in like 2 to 3 months क्योंकि ताज और मेरी डील हुई है कि he'll watch JJK and I'll watch Code Geass.
Yeah.
Properly this time, like पूरा 10 episodes तक नहीं.
I think we should do a separate video where we both just sit down and talk about JJK and how I felt about it and Code Geass and how you felt about it.
That is very doable.
If you talked about Death Note, उसकी openings लेकिन यार.
Damn.
I mean Code Geass की बहुत अच्छी है.
लेकिन यार.
Iconic.
Death Note के क्या यार.
खैर, that's it. Okay. Yasir, what about
भाई
you?
अगर आपको डेथ नोट की ओपनिंग सुननी है ना तो आप मिसहर्ड लिरिक्स पहले जरूर सुनो.
Wait, Usman, you know what about JJK?
Do it.
कर नहीं सकते, अभी पॉडकास्ट में मसला हो जाएगा.
बहुत सारी
I think JJK has been like really hit this year, and like from any one of us, you should talk about JJK.
सही है ना, उसके लिए इतना स्टिक आउट नहीं किया ना.
I'll just add up.
I'm not gonna talk about JJK. I have a lot of things.
हाँ, fuck JJK. मैंने नहीं देखा, मैं तो ना एक ही सीजन देखा है.
सब मार देंगे तुम्हें यहाँ पे.
Straight out. The students, Demon Slayer, AOT and JJK community में क्यों बैठा हुआ है?
One Piece की बात करें?
He reps Kaguya-sama though.
Kaguya-sama was war. Goated.
I haven't watched that.
It's great. Fair.
Okay, so I have spent a very lousy year in terms of anime. I've pretty much watched nothing except Vinland Saga और AOT की मैंने स्क्रीनिंग में गया था IVA पे क्योंकि AOT भी मैंने थोड़ा बहुत.
That's not true. That's not true. You've seen one of my favorite movies this year. Come on, talk about that. Come on, talk
Oh
about
hell
that.
yeah. Okay, Vinland Saga की तो बात हो गई. This year I watched The Wind Rises by Studio Ghibli और मैंने The Wind Rises देखी थी. हम लोग गए थे टूर पे एंड मैंने आधी मूवी वो देखी थी मिनीबर्ग पे इन अ फॉरेस्ट और बाकी आधी मूवी मैंने देखी थी इन अ प्लेन व्हेन कमिंग बैक टू कराची एंड if you've seen that movie you know okay that's basically what the plot is.
That's so significant, isn't it?
Exactly.
जहाज में विंड राइज हो रहा था.
The wind is rising. आगे क्या था? We must try to live.
Or something like that.
So
मुझे नहीं याद.
this movie was just too good. Like I can't describe just the things that made me feel. और वो फीलिंग्स होती है ना वो इतनी छोटी छोटी सिंपल चीज़ों में वो लोग फील करवाते थे. द सिंप्लिसिटी ऑफ इट वॉज वॉट मेड इट सो गुड. जैसे आई थिंक वन ऑफ माई फेवरेट मोमेंट्स ऑफ द मूवी केम राइट इन द बिगिनिंग कि उसका एक पार्ट था वेर द किड वाज लाइक के आई वांट टू फ्लाई प्लेन्स व्हेन आई ग्रो अप आई वांट टू बी अ पायलट बट ही कुडंट बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट अ स्पॉइलर मतलब सही है.
सही है.
It's basically a story about a kid जिसको planes उड़ाने थे लेकिन वो नहीं उड़ा
Plane से
सकता था
बंदे को
क्योंकि
उड़ाने
उसको
थे.
eyesight की वो चश्मे लगा.
पैराशूट था.
That scene where he
तो उसको बेसिकली एक ड्रीम आती है जिसमें ही उस ड्रीम में ना दिस वन पर्सन मेक्स हिम रियलाइज कि देयर आर अदर वेज टू गेट इन्वॉल्व्ड इन प्लेन्स नॉट जस्ट बीइंग अ पायलट. ही कुड तो वहाँ पे ना उसको उस ड्रीम में इंस्पिरेशन आती है कि व्हाट ही कुड डू इज ही कुड बिकम एन एरोनॉटिकल इंजीनियर. सही है. दैट वाज द ड्रीम ही हैज़. और उसमें ना उसके जो एक्सप्रेशंस दिखाए ना उस बच्चे के द वे दे गो फ्रॉम एब्सोल्यूट डिप्रेशन टू एब्सोल्यूट हैप्पीनेस वो इतना छोटा सा सटल सा वो इमोशन होता है लेकिन वो इतना अच्छा लगता है कि बस
It was like him losing purpose and then regaining
purpose. Yes. And then उसके और भी बहुत अच्छे मोमेंट्स हैं. Like there's this one scene which is such a viral scene. People use it everywhere. Where he comes to visit his wife. वो इतना जबरदस्त सीन है. There are just too many good. The whole dynamic of his dreams with Mr. Caproni was oh my god so beautiful.
Just the scenes. I just love the themes it revolves around. The entire hope वाला जो theme है कि एक चीज अगर चले जाए वापस आ जाए वाला scene. The entire Oppenheimer-esque dynamic that it has.
how dreams can be evil and good at the same time.
Yes. So there was another theme that stuck out to me on this, जो कि मैंने movie देखने के बाद I went on Reddit and I read about it, was कि this movie was also a semi-autobiography of Hayao Miyazaki. Basically, the whole concept was on how much he devoted himself to fulfilling his dreams and what he had to neglect and sacrifice in order to achieve those dreams. और basically वही similar themes थे जो कि Wind Rises में भी follow हैं to a large extent. So basically that is the part जो कि so even though it's based on true events लेकिन वो एक part है जो कि Hayao Miyazaki I think that some fiction that he came up with in order to include that part as well.
Reflect on himself basically.
हाँ
Reflect on his own life and stuff.
हाँ
चलेगा तुम बोलने वाले वो भी कामकाजी पायलट था.
चुप हो जा. More like reflect on himself and also reflect on the people that surrounded him that were a key part of his life. तो क्या कर दिया यार. अजीब पता है नहीं.
The stupid dog you make me look.
अजीब. अच्छा, I knew as soon as he said it was based on Hayao Miyazaki, I knew he had a bawasir joke. It was on his face.
He knows me so well.
I hate you.
Anyways, coming back to the topic. So yeah, that was it on the Wind Rises. Something that I don't like, nothing particularly too much because once again on the anime front I haven't seen much this year, but there's a movie that was absolutely dog shit. That was so bad. And basically the thing was कि हमने उसका trailer देखा हुआ था. The trailer was really good and it was like that movie is directed by one of the great directors of our time, Martin Scorsese. Oh my god. और फिर हम गए रात में देखने कोई 1 बजे का show, Killers of the Flower Moon. God, that movie was so bad. It tanked.
Tell the whole story.
It was so bad. Oh god. मतलब भाई आपकी चलो okay let's like एक तो that movie
एक मिनट I'm gonna have to stop you right there. Just for the record, हम लोग सारे दोस्तों ने बैठ के रात के 1 बजे सिनेमा में देखी थी ये मूवी 3.5 घंटे की थी एंड इट हैड नो रिडीमेबल क्वालिटी. और हम सब जब निकल गए थे ना, 2 लोग जिन लोगों को बहुत ज्यादा देखनी थी ना वो मूवी, वो अभी भी उसको डिफेंड करते कि नहीं पीस ऑफ आर्ट, बड़ी मजे की मूवी थी.
बैठा हुआ है कैमरे के पीछे बैठा हुआ है.
That movie was great. You guys were. It was the time honestly. 1 a.m.
let me
1 बजे देखोगे यही हो.
let me
3 घंटे में एक अच्छी चीज नहीं थी सर.
3.5
जो
घंटे
बात
में
है.
3.5 घंटे में एक आंटी मर रही थी और मरती रही.
भाई
बनी ना वो.
the thing was the problem with this movie was कि इसमें कोई progression ही नहीं थी.
लोग
इतनी
बातें भी
घटिया
कर रहे थे
pacing थी,
यार.
बस पूरी मूवी एक ही उसमें चले जा रही है, आगे नहीं बढ़ रही.
लेट मी पेंट द स्टोरी हम लोगों ने देखी कैसे थी. इट वॉज अ लॉन्ग डे जिसकी कल्मिनेशन पे वी वर रियली एक्साइटेड कि एक अच्छी मूवी देखेंगे. उस दिन हम लोग प्रोटेस्ट पे गए थे, बहुत ख्वारी हुई थी. उसके बाद
फ्री पैलेस्टाइन.
#free Palestine.
That movie was the most relevant related to white colonialism and how the white man takes over native.
and that is why we
हम
went to
पाकिस्तान
see
में
it,
रहते हैं.
but it did
कोई बात नहीं,
nothing.
पाकिस्तान में रहते हो. It is very highly related.
हाँ
to
हाँ
Palestine.
it might be.
And it showed perfectly
हाँ,
how
हाँ.
evil those motherfuckers were.
Zen.
How they
तुम
took
यहाँ
over
बैठे थे नहीं हो,
communities.
चुप हो जाओ.
zen
Mike भी
मान
तुम्हारा.
ली तुम्हारी सारी बातें मान ली, but the portrayal in the movie was bad.
Agreed.
Bro,
वो लोग
वो
basically
मूवी
podcast shoot कर रहे थे
वो
3
मूवी
घंटों के लिए.
3.5 घंटे की है. उसमें कोई इंटरमिशन ब्रेक्स नहीं है. उसकी पेसिंग इज वन ऑफ द वर्स्ट आई हैव एवर एक्सपीरियंस. अच्छा एक मिनट, आई डोंट केयर इफ इट्स अ स्पॉइलर, नोबडी वॉच दैट शिट.
We did sadly.
वो मूवी खत्म हो गई. सही है. अच्छा हम लोग पूरी मूवी में वेट करेंगे कुछ होगा, कुछ नहीं होता.
1.5 घंटे into the movie Ovais is like अब देखना तोड़ फोड़ होगी, ये देखना ये
Exactly.
आंटी फुल
I-
टैरेंटिनो है ता 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 ता
I'm
ता
trying to
निकाल
hype
देगी.
myself up. I'm trying to. अच्छा हमारे पीछे रो में एक लोग बैठे हुए थे. Shout out to them. वो लोग बीच में they gave up on the movie. They just started cracking jokes. So yeah, that was the only entertainment I had in those 3 घंटे.
नहीं
I tried
wait,
to-
I cracked a lot of great
I
jokes.
tried to sleep बीच में. Huzaifa मेरे बराबर बैठा हुआ था. He kept waking me up to endure more of that horror.
Basically my take was कि if I have to get tortured, so does
Yeah,
he.
because I dragged him along. Okay, here's the thing. 3.25 घंटे इन वो मूवी खत्म हो जाती है. ठीक है. उसके बाद फिर उसका एक एंडिंग सीक्वेंस आता है जिसमें स्कॉर्सेसी आता है स्टेज पे. सही है. ही टॉक्स अबाउट दैट मूवी. ठीक है. वी जस्ट वेटिंग फॉर द मूवी टू फिनिश. सही है. मूवी खत्म होती है, स्कॉर्सेसी आता है एंड देन ही स्टार्ट्स. और मैं जो हॉरिफाई हुआ था वहाँ पे कि बिकॉज आई डिडंट नो कितना और लंबा चलेगा. आई वांटेड टू रन अवे.
Ovais was like जाने दे मुझे please.
Okay, so this is why this movie was so bad. मैं एक पार्ट बताता हूँ. बेसिकली मैं बहुत ज़्यादा नींद में आ गया था एक पॉइंट पे.
हमेशा
और देयर वाज दिस सीन जिसमें क्या कहते हैं, सो बेसिकली लियोनार्डो डिकैप्रियो का बेसिकली बॉस होता है, क्या नाम है उसका बुड्ढे का, रॉबर्ट डी नीरो. सॉरी भूल गया था मैं. तो क्या कहते हैं, बेसिकली एक ट्रक में डिकैप्रियो आया होता है और रॉबर्ट डी नीरो से बात करने आ रहा होता है एंड दे स्टार्ट टॉकिंग. सही है. एंड एट दैट पॉइंट आई फेल इनटू अ प्रॉपर स्टूपर एंड आई जस्ट फेल asleep for like a solid 15-20 minutes. And then I wake up and they're still talking.
Basically the whole movie talking, bro, just talking.
इतनी बुरी. अच्छा नहीं देखो, just talking is fine. उसका prime example is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. I saw it this year. That was Oppenheimer. That was so good. उसमें भी सिर्फ बातें थी.
उसमें कम से कम बॉम्ब तो फट रहे थे. जैसा तैसा बॉम्ब तो फट
Bro
रहे
has
थे.
his priorities set.
I like bombs and things that go boom.
And kamikaze pilots.
Not me. I didn't say that. I joked about it.
Specifically Hayao Miyazaki kamikaze pilot.
Real G.
Okay, so okay, after that I think something that has properly struck out to me that I'm currently watching right now is Batman the Animated Series.
I'm so proud I made him watch that. I'm so proud of that.
Batman.
Yaar, I can't believe that show came out in 1992. The animation, the opening, the voice acting, the story, the progression, the characters, every fucking thing
He's
is
beating
too
himself
good.
right now.
It's so good.
It's almost like if you actually follow the comics and keep Batman related to detective shit, it's actually good.
Bro, literally. और उसमें there are a lot of moments where they show that at the end of the day even Batman is a human and he doesn't have super special superpowers or anything.
He's just rich.
Yeah, apart from that.
Batman की humanity aside.
Wait. Usman has something to say.
I don't have anything to. नींद आ रही है.
अच्छा नींद आ रही है.
नींद आ रहा है मुझे. And I was just saying कि they actually portrayed उसकी rogues gallery as actual people जिनकी backstory थी और things happened one bad day was all it took for them to turn evil.
बहुत अच्छा है so far. Like I haven't seen too many episodes yet. I'm still going through it. But मुझे इतना मज़ा आता है. It's literally something that I look forward to every day now. मैं ऑफिस से घर आता हूँ या किसी चीज़ से मैं फारिग होता हूँ, मैं आगे सबसे पहले बैठ के उसकी एक एपिसोड तो मैं देखता ही हूँ रोज़. So I think at this point, like right now, I'm the arc that I'm currently watching is the Harvey Dent arc. Harvey Dent को realize हो रहा है कि he like उसकी वो जो schizophrenic state होती है पूरी, and he's going to a therapist where the therapist asks to speak to Big Bad Harv. और वो इतना ज़बरदस्त है. I love it so much. अच्छा, before this movie उससे कुछ अर्से पहले ही मैंने even though I'm very late, लेकिन for the first time मैंने देखी थी Flashpoint Paradox. और वो मैंने देखी थी because we went to watch The Flash. और मुझे जो है क्या कहते हैं पता चला कि उसकी कहानी वाज मोस्टली बेस्ड ऑन सिमिलर इवेंट्स टू ये भाई पता नहीं मैं तो ऐसी तफरीह में उठ के चला गया इन्होंने बोला फ्लैश और ये ब्रो देखने चलते हैं.
I think it was me, Ali, Yasir, Ovais and Zen? No?
I would never watch the Flash.
अम्मार था या अनुष था? कोई एक और था हमारे साथ.
I think अनुष था शायद.
We went for Superman Nick Cage.
Bro, I think that was
My Superman.
Bro, उसके चेस्ट हेयर एनिमेट किए हुए थे. That was CG'd in.
Bro, तुम लोगों को पता है अभी मैं रिसेंटली देख रहा था निकोलस केज का एक इंटरव्यू आया था he was saying कि फ्लैश did it without his consent. They were like कि उसको लोगों ने सुपरमैन का कॉस्ट्यूम पहना के they just took a few green screens. They did not show him the finished product until the movie was out in theaters.
उसको क्या लग रहा था? कुछ नहीं करेंगे.
And मतलब he was like he had no idea कि उसको जो है ना it was giant.
I refuse to believe that क्योंकि निकोलस केज बहुत बात है आपस की बात है.
Fair enough. That is also true. But then again, Nick Cage.
Nick Cage has officially appeared in everything at this point.
वैसे I talked to us about this the other day. He's officially the most OP actor ever. He's played Superman and Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah, Ghost Rider though, man. Shout out Ghost Rider.
Khair, are you done?
I think.
I just want to talk about one thing. The fact that you just talked about Batman the animated series. You're obviously just watching Batman right now. हम लोग उस दिन ही बल्कि बात कर रहे थे इसके बारे में कि it's not just Batman. If you pick up most of the cartoons, superhero cartoons this time के, they're all really good. Spectacular Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man, आपका Justice League, which I don't like इतना ज़्यादा लेकिन वैसे loves it. Teen Titans हो गया, X-Men पुराना वादा is so fucking good. Static Shock. There's so many. Fucking Crypto the Super Dog, मुझे वो तक पसंद था यार. Yes. ये सारे. Batman Beyond.
Damn.
Does SWAT cats count?
This is the whole other.
Like
I just loved SWAT cats.
The point is उस जमाने के कार्टून्स एंड द सुपरहीरो कार्टून्स लाइक दैट वाज द सुपरहीरो थिंग एट दैट पॉइंट राइट के कार्टून्स में दिखा रहे थे उस टाइम पे डीसी और मार्वल इस तरीके से ब्लो अप नहीं किया था हॉलीवुड में तो वो प्रॉपर बहुत अच्छे थे वो एंड आई जेन्युइनली वांट यू टू डाइव इनटू देम as you progress along.
I will. मेरा आजकल का रूटीन ये होता है कि मैं बैटमैन एनिमेटेड सीरीज की एक एपिसोड देखता हूँ then I go on YouTube and for some reason I just watch Dark Knight की ending. इतना मजा आता है मुझे पता नहीं क्यों आता है लेकिन बहुत मजा आता है. It's too good.
Kara, moving on. OS, your turn.
Okay. I have this list open.
Oh my fucking god.
But like गर्मी बहुत ज़्यादा हो रही है मैं पंखा बंद करके podcast shoot कर रहे थे. The things we do for you.
गरीब है यार AC खरीदने के लिए पैसे दे दो यार.
Okay, so I think we've talked about animes that we've all collectively watched, right? There's a few we left out, Chainsaw Man, JJK, but like I'm pretty sure JJK पे बाद में बात करेंगे सही से. There's also AOT जिसके ऊपर हम लोग एक एपिसोड करेंगे प्रॉपर सही है. But I watched a lot of stuff this year, ठीक है. I watched Bleach, Vinland Saga, Hajime no Ippo. I'm watching Hajime no Ippo. Huzaifa made me watch Code Geass. So yeah, I watched Chainsaw Man. I'm watching March Comes In Like a Lion. I rewatched Mushishi.
6.5 hours later.
I'm watching my Sonic Goku. I watched my Special Skills Campfire Cooking. I watched Hell's Paradise, which I really didn't like. I watched Afro Samurai.
3 weeks later.
I'm watching Akuba Code. I'm watching JJK. I watched Akal from Another World. I completed Mob Psycho Season 3.
2,000 years later.
I'm watching Spy Family. I watched Tatami Galaxy. I watched Samurai 7. I watched Demon Slayer and also उसका manga भी complete किया था.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new.
Manga में One Piece का arc चल रहा था सही है वो वानो वाला सही है, गोटेड आर्ट.
ओवेश इज इन, इस पे स्पॉन्जबॉब को डाल देना.
जो बात है.
Forever later.
किसने पूछा?
Wait.
Remember when I said just 3?
Anyways. I am like reading One Piece. सही है. Wano arc, goated arc सही है. I'm reading Goodnight Punpun सही है. Asumi Punpun सही है.
Shut the hell up, man.
There's a lot of stuff I'm watching सही है. सही है. And a lot of stuff I liked. ठीक है. And I don't want to talk about anything except one manga that I read.
भाई सबकी बात तो कर ली.
Okay, I think we've talked about everything like that came out this year. Manga में I don't think JJK का manga हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं. It's been pretty high. One Piece का manga has been pretty high. Wano arc वगैरह. So yeah, there's a lot of things to talk about obviously, and I think we've pretty much covered everything we didn't like. So yeah, so I'm just going to. क्या अभी भी मसला था?
नहीं कंटिन्यू, वो तो मैं छेड़ रहा है.
Okay, one anime that I really liked was Tatami Galaxy, guys. It was so good. On scene.
Thank you.
So yeah.
I'll just want to say one thing. That is, now I'd win.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
Say something, please. अपना बोल दे या तो.
I'm sorry. Where? I just witnessed 5 minutes of a fever dream.
Literally.
So that was all of their takes. I'll run through mine very, very quickly. One thing that I really hated this year was watching Great Teacher Onizuka. It's not because I really hated the anime. I think the anime was fine. Saita, it's not my cup of tea. The reason why I hated it so much was because I watched it because we made a deal with a certain someone that I'd watch GTO if they would watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood in return. This isn't the first time I've made this deal with that certain someone. It's the 5th or 6th time I've made this deal and they still haven't seen it. And for that reason alone, this will always tank. This memory of this anime will always tank for me. Number 2, something that really, really was great for me, that has to be, मैं Vinland Saga already बोल चुका हूँ. I really wanted to talk about Pluto, but I will actually give the nudge to Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse instead, because personally I really loved that movie. I watched that movie in cinemas like 4 times. It's a fucking piece of art and I can't believe they didn't give me the ending right now and I have to wait till 2025, and I think we can talk about that in a separate video because it's really too good not to. Definitely. And something that stuck out to me in this year was Ash finally becoming Pokemon champion.
He's the GOAT.
That was something that, like, it's just life coming full circle at me. Bachpan se dekh raha hu, him with his chote mons. I'm a very huge Pokemon fan, and Ash
evolving them.
Yeah, and Ash just finally getting it done. It hit me right here. The English dub where Pikachu finally charges in that Charizard and Piche,
I wanna be the very best.
It just plays a Piche and it's just so good. Like that moment, it's always just going to be here for me personally. So yeah. Khair, that majorly is it. हमारी कैमरे की बैटरी मरने वाली है, so I'm just going to quickly run through the outro. That was everyone's take. This was our New Year's podcast. This is Ali, just for reference अगर कोई भूल गया था कि कहाँ से आया. And yeah, that was...
अपनी माँ से आया हूँ.
Thanks, Ali. And yeah, that's majorly it. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you guys want to see someone else in this podcast in the future for future episodes, if you guys want us to talk about something else in the future, do let us know. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, thank you for watching.
All that good stuff and yeah, Zozo.
Also, Demon Slayer के बारे में दोबारा बात नहीं करेंगे अभी.
Yes.
नहीं हुए bro, animation बहुत अच्छी है bro.
Spirit की बात कर सकता हूँ.
Yeah, I'll say.
करनी है तो ठीक है.
We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Subscribe.
Bell icon.
And before we go tata bye bye, which I already did, I just wanted to say that it's the end of the year. We all watched a shit ton of anime, and actually before I do this, the boys behind the cameras, I hope we're all in frame because no one's now behind the camera. But from everyone at Geek Haven, ये तो सिर्फ 7-8 लौंडे हैं यहाँ पे, but from everyone जो सारे घर भी बैठे हुए हैं, 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year!
To everyone except the Demon Slayer animators, Mappa, to Israel, to America, बाकी सबको Happy New Year!
Fuck you!
Tata, bye bye, guys.